What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I am officially back on the road again. I'm on the road again. Can't wait to get back on the road again. I need to take some singing lessons. I'm starting to sound like Jason singing. But yeah, not to South Texas just yet. We're going to be taking a road trip somewhere southwest of Oklahoma City, someplace I've never been before. I think it's called Crossbar Ranch. It's I think 6,500 acres out there. You can go overnight riding, overnight camping, all that good stuff. It's open 24/7. We're going to take my truck out there. I'm going to be pulling the trailer with the side-by-side, four-wheeler, and dirt bike on it. So my truck's going to be pretty much fully loaded down. I believe Jason and Danielle are going to be taking the old 1991 4Runner, and then Paragon Ridge Ranch is going to be going out there as well, Chrissy and Jeremy. So it'd be nice to see them. I haven't seen them in a hot minute, so should be a fun trip out there and do some tent camping. I'll be sleeping in, I think Jason said he had an extra tent just to throw out on the ground. I'll be sleeping on that. They have their rooftop tent on the 4Runner, and then not quite sure what rig Jeremy and Chrissy have, probably just a normal tent as well. Do some overnight camping. We'll go back to the ranch tomorrow, and then I'm going to head out on Thursday morning pretty early and hit the road back to South Texas. So it'll be about a week that I've been gone. I wanted to make sure I was back before Friday. Dad has his second appointment, his second go around of the blood transfusion or whatever you want to call it for the cancer. But Matt's going to be taking him this time, so I don't have to feel like I'm super rushed to get back, which is always a nice feeling. Shout out to Matt and Mom and Dad. I'm not sure if Mom and Dad went over and checked on the property and stuff, but I know Matt was checking on the dogs for me, make sure they were good. Letting them in and out of the house if it was raining. Tuck and Daisy they're scared of thunder and lightning, and like I said, I left on Thursday. It said it was supposed to be raining when I left, so they're not afraid to be out in the rain. So like I said, it did start to thunder and lightning pretty good, so Matt let them inside for the night, which I'm glad he did, because they ended up getting 6 inches of rain that night, and it ended up flooding the pond again. So like I said, it sounds like I'll have to pump out of the pond for the next month or so, which I'm not complaining. We can always use rain, but we wanted to try to finish off the west side fence, and it looks like we're going to have to get that delayed even more. But the goats are still out there, which is a good thing. So I'll be able to use the pond water to be able to water my yard as much as possible, at least for the next few weeks, and make sure all my fruit trees and all that stuff are good. And I'm very curious to see what the property looks like by the time I get back, since Matt mowed it, and with all that rain, see how all my trees and everything are doing. So anyways, this place is pretty cool that we're going to be going to. Like I said, it's about a 2-hour drive or so from their property, and hopefully we don't have any issues getting over there or anything. I think Jason said with the old 4Runner, they got to drive pretty slow, so it'll probably end up being about a 2.5-hour drive, I'm just assuming. So it'll be fun to go out there, ride the four-wheelers, dirt bikes. I won't be riding a dirt bike. I can't do it because the clutch is on the left side, unless I just ride in like one gear and don't try to switch it. I'm not really a fan of riding dirt bikes just because of my leg. It's a little harder for me to balance. I can't turn to the left, because typically when you're turning, you put your foot down to help kind of stabilize you a little bit, and I'm not doing that. So I'll probably ride around on the old four-wheeler, and I'm sure Jason and Danielle will be riding around on the side-by-side, and then Chrissy and Jeremy have a side-by-side I'm pretty sure they'll be bringing. So it's 6,500 acres. They have places to tent camp. If you have a travel trailer, you can camp out there. They also have an overlanding area for vehicles like Jason's. They have like rooftop tents and all that good stuff. Not quite sure how far we'll be able to go into the property, and with me pulling a trailer and stuff, we're just going to try to do it within reason. So being that it's what is today, Tuesday, and we'll stay out there probably mid-morning, maybe to the afternoon tomorrow. Being that it's during the middle of the week, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people, but we have been watching videos on YouTube of Crossbar Ranch in can't remember the town that it's in or close to, but you can just search Crossbar Ranch in Oklahoma and it'll pop up. And pretty cool place. They have big events out there with like side-by-side rock crawling competitions and all that. I wouldn't do all that crazy stuff. It's not my cup of tea. I like watching it, and it'd be cool to see it in person, but I'm not about to go up the side of a mountain or a cliff or something like that and try to go up it on a vehicle. We were working out at the ranch, and Jason tweaked something in his back a little bit, so I'm pretty sure he's going to try to take it easy. And obviously Danielle's prego, so she's not going to be doing anything too crazy either. And it'd be fun just to get out and have some fun and not just have a full-on just work trip. I don't even, down in South Texas, I really don't go out and do much outside of building and stuff on the property. I'm just always sore, and I don't know, don't go out and do too much. And I want to go out and do more things, do more fishing, and go out to the ranch and do some hunting and stuff. And like I said, maybe now they got a little bit better tires and stuff, I can make some trips out to the beach, do some beach camping, or go out to the ranch and go camp out in the sand dunes. That's always fun. In case you're wondering, Rivera is about an hour south of Corpus, so you can go to North Padre Island and take you probably about an hour and a half to get there. Go fish off the coastline, and then we have South Padre Island, which a lot of spring breakers go to if you don't know what that is down there. And it's a nice area, nice tourist area, and I'd say within 2 hours we could be from Rivera to the beach out there. So I don't know, looking forward to possibly doing that on a trip. And I was talking to Jason and Danielle. They were saying that they wanted to make a trip down to Texas and do some camping out at the Frio River, which is just, I believe, northwest of San Antonio. And I was telling them, I said that it's really not that far of a drive from Rivera. I think San Antonio is only about a 2-hour drive or 2.5-hour drive from there, so it's not too terrible. So within 3 hours, 3.5 hours, I can go from Rivera to the Frio River and possibly do some tent camping in the future if they decide to come down there. And obviously if they want to make a trip all the way down to Rivera, and we could always go tent camping out at the ranch, that'd be pretty fun to do. And I don't know, just have some fun in life and not just always just work. I gotta relax sometimes, get my body back to where it needs to be before just continuously working. And I know a lot of people are probably, I don't know, disappointed or upset, which I don't give two shits about, honestly, about us not working on their house while I was up here. But I don't know, a lot of it was just stuff, like I said, that Danielle she can't lift a lot of stuff right now, and stuff that would make things easier for Jason, putting up all that fence and stuff. And it was no joke. Those fence panels are pretty damn heavy, and I think it was harder to connect them together than it was to actually like pick them up and drag. Ooh, almost hit a bird. That thing flew right out in front of me and then swooped right up at the last minute. But back to the conversation here. Those panels were pretty heavy, and it was a little hard to see on the video. I apologize once again. I was trying a new setting on my phone, which I have it on now, where it blurs the background out. I just turned the blurriness down some. It was turned up all the way for some reason, and it was trying to autofocus too much on certain things, and some things you couldn't really see clearly. But I think I messed with the settings on it good enough now where it just blurs the background out a little bit. So I don't know, it was a little bit harder than I thought. Luckily, when we were putting in the T-post, like I said, it was very muddy back there, so that was easier than I thought, so it kind of evened things out. And now that we got that set up, Jason said he can pull wire pretty easy by himself. That's not that hard for him to do. He can use the tractor to pick it up and all that good stuff, and usually come along to tighten it and all that. So once he gets that done, the animals be set. They'll have themselves a new decent size area. Like this section they're in is pretty decent, but that'll just more than double where they're at right now and give them more room to eat and forage and all that good stuff. And they have an additional pond in the back where the pigs can go and cool off in, and the goats can drink out of, and all that stuff. So I don't know, with all that stuff done, he can now focus more on the house build. And I don't know, it's just, I'm sure it was nice for him to be able to get away from the house build, do more of the stuff that people don't like to watch, like fence work and stuff, but it's stuff that still needs to be done. You can't just spend your entire time building the house. And I know he gets a bunch of crap for that from people in the comments, but those people are just, they're dead set in either they don't like him, one, or two, that's what they want to see is the build. And not every video is going to be a build video. Same thing with my place. Not every video is going to be building on the house. And I know that's a big portion of people go over because of all the shed to house stuff that we've done in the past. And I get it. You subscribe to a channel because you like stuff that they do. And I'm the same way. I subscribe to channels because they do fishing stuff. But when they don't do fishing stuff, I just don't watch some of the videos. It just is what it is. And I understand it. Jason understands it. And but like I said, the show must go on. It's more than just one thing you have to do in life. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, or like I said, on some back road right now. I don't even know where we're at. I'm just following them right now back to the place, and then like I said, we'll load up everything, hit the road, and realistically we'll probably be gone less than 24 hours, and then come back. And I'm not quite sure if we're gonna stay out at the ranch tonight or tomorrow night, my final night here, or if we'll go back into town. Once again, they have a house in town or in the city that is fully finished. It's a nice house, a 3-bedroom house, and I don't blame them for taking things slower on the house build. Like, there's no reason for Jason to kill himself trying to build the house just to please people online. Like, when they have a house that's fully finished that is more than capable of the baby would have its own room, all that good stuff. So I don't blame him one bit for slowing things down and not trying to kill himself on that house. People don't give him enough credit on the build and everything else. Like, their property it's big. 10 acres is not something it's not a small property, and it's not like the biggest property ever. I get it, but it takes a lot of stuff and nothing against Danielle. She does a lot of stuff out there. It's just there's a lot of stuff she can't do, and a lot of it does fall on Jason to keep up with and maintain and all that good stuff. And I don't know. People just want to just do that online. So that's what all the negative stuff is about. But I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Try to relax the rest of this trip, and hopefully I have a nice trip on the way back. It was actually not that bad driving up here. A 12-hour drive. I thought I was going to be dead tired when I got here, and I was actually it was actually not as bad as I was thinking. The traffic was a little bit worse than I thought in Dallas and in Austin, but hey, it's the big city. I lived in Dallas for almost 15 years, so I'm very used to driving in traffic, and I think that was part of the reason why it didn't seem like it was too terrible. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking. We're going to go back to the ranch, load up, and the next video you see will be an enjoyable video for me where I don't have to do physical labor. So that's my best favorite kind of videos. And if you're wondering, Jason and Danielle bought me this shirt. It says Oklahoma, annoying Texas since 1907. So they bought that for me. They thought it was funny, and I thought it was funny that mannequin at the store had a prosthetic leg. Like, what are the odds? And I was like, I had to take a photo with it. So anyways, appreciate y'all for watching this long, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye, guys.